comes world #1 Yingsha taking on Wang Manyu. Will it be the defending champion who goes back-to-back here? Or will it be the player who's lived in the shadow cast by Sun who can finally topple the world #1? This is the women's singles final. They are long-time friends, long-time rivals. This is a repeat of last year's final. It's a repeat of the World Championships final. In fact, it's a repeat of many of this sport's biggest finals. 11 of them, in fact. This is a best of 7. This pair going head-to-head once again to claim the biggest prize this week. The head-to-head stands firmly in favour of Yingsha, the long-standing world #1 with 10 WTT wins to her name. Just the single one there for Wang Manyu, who's also still searching for her first WTT title of the year.
Good match.
Is once again in the umpire's chair for this one. Wang Manyu is quickly up at the table for the coin toss.
So for the toss, you have the choice, it's red or it's blue. Wang choose the red, so Sun, you have the blue. It's reds. Wang the toss. Wang choose to receive. Which side you prefer? The left side for Sun?
Well, that concludes the coin toss. Welcome along, Fraser Riley. This is going to be a cracking women's singles final, isn't it? And how many times have we been here before? World #1 versus world #2. This is a repeat of the Europe Smash final as well. Will it be Yingsha? Do you think he'll go back-to-back? Or can Wang Manyu finally wrestle that title away from her?
That's a great question, Rebecca. Cannot wait for this women's singles final. We have Sun, who is the brightest shining star in world table tennis, against Wang Manyu. These two, the leaders of this new Chinese generation, in yet another WTT final. Their 6th, to be specific. Could it be Wang Manyu's day after so many close, touching distance finishes against Yingsha? Here's her run through so far. Here at this event, she dispatched her Dwajar, Malika Batra, Ina Hayata, Miwa Haramoto. She's just dropped the 1 game to Shin Yubin.
And she is certainly in form this week, isn't she, here in Beijing? This pair met as well just a couple of weeks ago in Macau as well, the Champions event. There it was, a familiar tale again. So is it a psychological thing now, do you think, Fraser, for Wang Manyu coming up against Yingsha, because she just cannot get past?
It's hard to think that it's not a psychological thing when there's not that much between them in level, yet Sun is dominating that head-to-head. Here's a look at Xiaoxiao's campaign. She beat Miu Harano, and then 4 teammates, Juicy being the chopper, Wang Xiaotong, another rising star, and then Wang Yidi in a 7-game thriller. Tong Tong's was interesting as well. 2 edged balls, but she managed to win it in 6.
Has she looked less convincing, though, this week than Wang Manyu? Because we saw Wang Manyu's results, and she's only dropped the single game en route to this final. Let's have a look, though, before you answer that question, Fraser. At this time last year, the women's singles final, this pair in action again, going for the title.
Yeah, can Wang Manyu get her revenge against Yingsha here today in the women's singles final? Like you said, Rebecca, she's looking for her first WTT title of the year. Just look at that head-to-head. I can't get over it. 10-1. The overall head-to-head, by the way, in all of their meetings is 9-18.
Yeah, it's pretty lopsided, isn't it? It must be a difficult prospect for Wang Manyu, who has won 40% of the fan votes versus 60 for Yingsha. I mean, this pair have been at the top of the standings for quite some time. That's what they're playing to get their hands on. But there is a gulf, isn't there, between Yingsha and the rest of them, despite the fact Wang Manyu has been 2nd in the world standings for 7 years.
Yeah, you can have a look on the world ranking list, which updates every single Tuesday. Xiaoxia is well clear of the rest of the pack, that pack being the world.
Now, what can you equate her dominance to in any other sport, Yingsha's?
I couldn't equate it to anything. I think she dominates table tennis more than any other athlete. Man or woman dominates any other sport.
What is it that makes her such a complete player?
For me, it's her psychology, her belief, her attitude, her stoicism. And technically speaking,
Players are ready.
she has the perfect blend between control and aggression as a forehand-orientated player. Unquestionably good technique. As calm as you like.
And helped on, of course, by all those thousands of voices in the crowd behind her.
Yeah, it's absolutely deafening in here. I'm surprised they don't give some earbuds away at the door.
Well, you had your business idea, didn't you? Throat lozenges.
Yeah, these fans going absolutely berserk for Xia and Wang Chuqin.
Of course, there's an action after this one.
3-1.
And they picked up the mixed doubles title together yesterday.
Yeah, of course. You know, it's a busy schedule for these players. So what does that time look like in between picking up a title and getting ready for the next final?
There's no time for celebration at all, really. They're straight back to the training hall. You might have a well done from the coach for about 5 minutes after. That's about it. But after this event,
4-1.
I'm sure they'll have a nice meal or something like that before we head to Montpellier for the next Champions events in our Europe swing.
Oh, it's been a rapid start, hasn't it, for Sun Yingsha? And Wang Manyu finished 2024 so strongly, but just she hasn't got into the swing in 25, has she? She's come close, but she's yet to pick up a title this year. Will she look back at this year and see it as a disappointment if that trend continues?
Potentially. I mean, being a world #2 and not picking up a title is very surprising. She could quite easily have picked up 10 or 11, you know, if she would have played, say, contenders or star contenders more frequently.
2-5.
You know, the top Chinese players, they only play the champions and the smashers, as well as the continental events. So they're more selective in what they do play. It's easy to forget that we could easily be talking about Wang Manyu as a two-time world champion. Just look back to Doha, 4-3 in the women's singles final to Sun Yingsha. So even though the head-to-head is what it is, there is barely anything between them in terms of level.
5-4.
Wang Manyu now trying to get back into this one.
What I was really surprised by, doing a little bit of prep before this match, was that their first WTT final was only last year in Incheon.
That's incredibly surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
But since then, we've seen... how many?
So many. 12 finals between them overall.
5-all.
They're first at the World Junior Championships. So these two grew up together, played for the junior girls team. They've been joined at the hip
5-all.
for over 10 years.
Going long with the backhand.
5-6.
Sun Yingsha re-establishes that lead. That was a look at Lin Yilun, actor, singer, chef. A lot of stars in attendance this week, haven't we?
Actor, singer, and chef. Wow. A jack of all trades.
It seems so.
6-all.
Well, after a slow start, it's Wang Manyu who's looked pretty impressive here to gather a bit of momentum and claw her way back into this.
Excellent there from Wang Manyu. Lovely serve and guide flick. I thought that Sun Yingsha had a done and dusted with that backhand into the crossover, but it's incredible how she protected that across the body. Yeah, this is a weapon that Xia has really been looking to develop. Her backhand.
It wasn't a weak area, though, for her, was it?
No, I mean, it was always going to be the more probing shot than the forehand. But look, she's got that in her arsenal as well. She can win points very, very quickly with the backhand rip.
Oh,
That's what's been a massive difference maker between these two. If not for that backhand improvement, I think Wang Manyu would have had a few more wins over Xia than what she's been able to manifest recently.
But Wang Manyu will know that that's an area she's been working on the backhand, so
Oh, yeah.
it's not a surprise for her, is it?
8-7.
Oh, Wang Manyu edges ahead here.
The shovel serve quite handcuffing. Ooh, I think that one might have just drifted a bit looser than what Wang Manyu intended. You could see a shadow playing back. Wasn't happy with the way she delivered that serve. It let Xia in.
We saw that. Chun Tong watching on. I wonder whether she's thinking, well, that could have been me here in this final.
She beat Xia in the final of the Champions Yokohama this year.
9-8.
Yeah. Saved a couple of game match points rather yesterday as well, didn't she, in that semi-final?
There with those edge balls.
Yeah.
Clever.
8-10.
Xia's table awareness fantastic there. Wider serve, slower.
Two game points then for the world number one here in the opener.
8-10.
Wang Manyu with an important serve coming up. Ooh, and into the net. First one
9-10.
saved.
Good composure here from this grounded champion. Former world champion Wang Manyu 2021 in Houston. Beat Xia at that Worlds.
10-4.
Things have just got very interesting indeed.
But you still have to back Xia here if you're a betting man. Better there, that serve from Wang Manyu.
Was it the spin there that was a bit misleading?
10-4.
I wouldn't say it was misleading, but I think the spin was definitely a factor in making that serve awkward. Xia didn't quite know how to meet the ball there.
She has a third game point here. Will it be
11.
third time lucky for the world number one?
There's Coco Chanel, Cho Yuka, Sun Ying-sha's personal coach, watching on. Some of the youth players as well. We've got the youth smash going on next door at the Smash Arena. Have come in. Couldn't miss this, could you, in a million years?
Oh, no way. Oh, clips the top of the net, Wang Manyu.
10.
And it's Sun Ying-sha who wraps up the opener. 11, or 12 points to 10 rather. A close one. And interestingly, she won the opening yesterday in her semi-final over Tong Tong by the same scoreline. Pushed close. Sun Ying-sha.
So Wang Manyu there saving a couple of game points, but then not quite having the minerals to continue that streak and steal the first.
It's about having that conviction, isn't it? Just that clinical edge.
That was what Shin Yubin was missing against Wang Manyu. We saw her in 2 games have game points, couldn't close it out. You can just see the difference when the scoreboard pressure is on, how it affects certain players. Even some of the best are guilty of it. But here's a look at the ball placement of these two players.
What can we derive from this?
It's hard to say there. I mean, Wang Manyu playing most of those balls into the backhand of Sun Ying-sha. Trying to keep it away from the forehand. Trying to maybe tempt her into a pivot to open the table.
Time.
Well, let's head to Adam Bobber, who is courtside. What have you got for us, Adam? Well, we'll catch up with Adam a little bit later on because game number 2 is about to get underway.
Second game. 1 to serve. Level. Love 1.
The one when you came really close, Fraser, but, you know, do you think she was perhaps lacking in conviction, maybe lacking in a bit of belief there when she came close to getting over the finish line?
Potentially. It's tough to tell from up here where we're sat, you know. And in table tennis, there's a lot of grey area. You know, you can lose a point doing the right thing and win a point doing the wrong thing.
A lot of moving parts.
Let's
Yeah.
Please answer to serve nearly vertical. Love 1.
The key thing I'm looking for in those kind of moments is deception. You can't afford to be too predictable against someone like Yingsha, even if you're Wang Manyu. You are literally dangling it in her jaws. She will bite, and she'll bite down hard and probably make it count. Take a chunk out of the scoreboard.
Please. Thank you.
And sometimes I think Wang Manyu should be a little bit bolder, back herself a bit more in those kind of situations. Problem is, though, you're up against such a complete player. You have to be extra mindful where you invest in that speed and spin game. It's not as simple as be as aggressive as possible, because that would mean attacking every long ball with huge conviction. I think variation is the name of the game. Looking for openings, staying low.
1-3.
And are there any areas in Wang Manyu's game that are superior to that of Sun Yingsha?
Well, as we see Ding Ding there, the Queen of Hearts, a Grand Slam champion. I'd say that as a slightly taller player, Wang Manyu's overall backhand, particularly from mid-distance, is a little bit better than Sun Yingsha's. Look how seamless that little bit of weight transition was there from Sun. That transfer sinks her right knee in. Oh, on 1 foot, the flick recovers the net cord.
Well, she wasn't going to lose that point, was she? After it came back from Wang Manyu.
That is just different gravy. Beautiful feeling, unbelievable recovery, squatting forehand, and then it was too little too late from Wang Manyu. That was a point that she must have thought she had Sha done and dusted in, especially with the net cord.
That must be sickening to get it back, to keep it in the rally and then have nothing to show for it at the end. Ooh.
5-2.
Uncharacteristic pushing to the net there.
It's going to happen from time to time. Wang Manyu neat and tidy near the net, decent touch. Of course, when you're going for something delicate, the risk is you might end up being a bit too delicate. Well, it's a tough way to win a point there from Wang Manyu. I do feel as though Yingsha was doing a better job at controlling the rhythm of the rally. Wang put into a reactive state, but able, with some improvisation, to fend it back.
3-5.
This is unusual. Seeing Wang Manyu serve backhand at this point in the match is rare.
But it's paid off.
4-5.
What's prompted that decision?
Potentially all the things that have gone wrong in the past. She's just trying something different, right? I mean, she must know she has to change something when she's only won 1 of their WTT meetings in 10. I think as well, attacking with the forehand consecutively is going to be difficult for Wang Manyu. She might want to try and set up an opportunity to attack with the backhand early in the rally. The backhand serve increases the likelihood that you can do that. You square it to the table. You don't need as much of a compound movement coming into a third ball than you do with a forehand pendulum serve.
I mean, Wang Manyu must be scratching her head with this because she's so solid, really rock steady in that rally on the backhand, and still Sun Yingsha finds a way to penetrate.
On the lean there across the body. So swanky there from the world number 1. serve. Better.
Oh, nicely done. Yeah.
We need to see this bolder kind of play from Wang Manyu as she's trying to switch the direction of play more. I guess that's another thing that Wang Manyu's got over Sun Yingsha, the wingspan. It's fairly obvious when you look at the two. But it's harder for Xia to stretch those wide balls. So Wang needs to try and stretch her as soon as she can.
6 all. Seven, 6.
Well, this is a good chance for Wang Manyu now that she has managed to keep pace up until the midway point here. She's found success with that new way of serving. But will Sun Yingsha figured it out?
6, 8.
Well, even if you do know how to read the serve, like I say, it is difficult to prevent Wang Manyu that third ball backhand. Played that one with some real conviction. Still, before she strikes, poising herself. Great flick.
Oh, wow.
6,
Well,
9.
she looks to be in a flow, doesn't she now?
Clutches up there, Wang Manyu. Xia turned and bird. Lovely silhouette on that forehand, but she left that wide forehand exposed.
Against any other player, apart from Wang Manyu, that would have been a winning shot.
Almost certainly. Great get, great read.
Oh, clips the top of the net.
Not seen so many
-7.
Wang Manyu forehand winners. Tried to be proactive there. Step that corner. Wow, rocket backhand.
10,
She's
7.
earned herself 3 game points now, Wang Manyu. And I'm wondering, Fraser, given kind of slow-ish start she had for game number 1, I mean, do these players ever get nervous?
They do. They do. In big matches like this, with it being a smash final, definitely at certain moments.
Oh, and into the
7.
net, and Wang Manyu
Game
is
over.
on the scoreboard. She's up and running in this best of 7. Takes game number 2, 11 points to 7. Much more positive from the world number 2 after what maybe was a nervy start.
Well, that backhand serve, you have to say, was a real recipe for success. Proved to be a spanner in the works for Sun Yingsha. Let's see if Wang Manyu continues to do that. Why not? If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Time.
Well, this match has opened up somewhat now that we are standing level on a game apiece here. Wang Manyu finding her feet in game number 2 to take it 11 points to 7.
Third game.
Sun Yingsha
Sun to serve.
keeping world number 2 very
No.
quiet in game number 1. Even though that was a tight scoreline. But Sun Yingsha just had enough, didn't she, to get it over the line, as she generally does.
1 love.
Let's see if she'll be able to adapt after this point when she'll be on receive. Behind serve solid, as usual. That backhand serve that Wang Manyu started to play in that last game ended up being really important for her.
Well, she had the wingspan, no doubt, Wang
Number 2.
Manyu, but just couldn't make the return count.
It's incredible. What a read. She was, you know, in a bit of an uncomfortable position there, but she stayed so relaxed. Taking that ball so early is really, really important in table tennis.
1, 2.
You know, you've got to take it in front of you. with the forehand. The analogy that I'd say is that trying to open a door, if you're right next to it, like hugging it, is almost impossible. You need enough distance to be able to use the power that you have to open a door. So it's important that you're not too far away, not too close, so that you can make full use of your power, your energy, your strength. If you take the ball too late, you lose that. It's wasted energy. You can't exert yourself fully. And you lose control. You lose sight of the ball. With the backhand, usually you're generating a little bit more rotation. So you take that a little bit closer to you.
Oh, well, that was going to be an ambitious return, wasn't it, from that position for Sun Yingsha.
Nice angle there on that touch from Manyu. Oh, wow. Really nice.
Yeah, great vision.
Top pros don't actually practice backhand touching as much as forehand touching usually. You wouldn't put it past the Chinese, though. They are so meticulous.
Well, Manyu once again edges ahead.
Again, finding that wide forehand, that time with the flick. Coiling, great propulsion.
Well, she almost got to it, didn't she?
Oh, beautiful. How Cho indeed.
Talk us through that point, Fraser, because it was a bit of patient touch play from both, and then Sun Yingsha just pounces.
Yeah, patient touch play. All started from that float serve of Wang Manyu. So Sun Yingsha did well to trap the ball, keep it low and tight in the first place. But as soon as it's long enough, she recognises, fades it. Not showing where she's going too soon. Misleading with the shoulders just before the point of contact.
And that's what she's really good at. Well, just one aspect of what she's really good at, because her body positioning doesn't really give much away, does it?
Yeah, there's an underlying level of deception to her game that you don't always recognise due to her power and due to how many winners she can hit as a result of her amazing serve-receive play. What an icon. I've never seen a player, since I've been watching table tennis, I've not seen a player as dominant internationally. Are you kidding me, man?
4-7.
The angle on that last ball.
And the speed as well.
Hang on a second, how is that possible from there? Oh, my word.
Well, Wang Manyu certainly puzzled as well. That was physics-defying stuff from Sun Yingsha.
That was frighteningly good.
7-5.
The irony there that she misses the receive, but again, this backhand serve.
Well, anything that followed that was bound to be anticlimactic.
That's true.
They're just taking their time with the towel break.
I was hoping, well, I'm hoping you've jinxed it. We're going to see something else. I mean, you're just guaranteed fireworks with these two.
Yeah, especially in a best of 7 as well.
Yeah,
plenty
you're
of
going to
time.
get galore. I think Wang Manyu's balance is impeccable. Her base, very, very steady, sturdy. Hard for her to generate as much power close to the table as Sun Yingsha with her forehand. And as a taller player, she's trying to protect her crossover section more with the backhand. So she has to be a little bit more, I'd say, careful when she does inject pace. Got to play it with some additional rotation, as she did there. Solid receive. She levels.
Well, she's favouring that serve now, but it's Sun Yingsha who wins the point on receive. What went wrong there for Wang Manyu?
She had to take it too far out in front of her. You know, as a table tennis player, you've got to get out to a neutral position to get ready for a ball that might come along. There, it was a shallower, spinnier ball. One couldn't come in over it. Particularly hard to do that with a backhand.
Success there, though. Clearly learned the lesson from the last point.
So subtle.
Oh, brilliant serving from Yingsha. Just unlivable for Wang Manyu.
Just thinking, we haven't seen a long fast one in quite a while. Probably why she did it. Ball time to do it as well. Great delivery.
Is that the unpredictability we talk about so much?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny with that serve because even if you know it's coming, it's still quite intimidating to have to receive. Again, it's a question of where do you meet it, when do you meet it. Because it's down the middle as well, it just creates a bit of a guessing game for the opponent. Wang Manyu knew off that long ball she wanted to try and attack straight away. You know, there's certain things we don't see. Yingsha might have actually given her an indication that she was going long there, which seems counterintuitive. Why would you want to give something away? Well, it might be setting a trap.
Oh, Wang Manyu brings up game point. It's just a single game point, though, but this would put her ahead overall in this match.
And what would be extra surprising is that Wang Manyu could win another game, not having to change this tactical introduction of the backhand serve.
And she's done it. First game point, and she takes it. And is it Fraser, the serve, that's made the difference there for Wang Manyu?
Less so in that game, because Yingsha did adapt to it a little bit, but it still is working wonders for her. It got her in straight away there.
Well, Wang Manyu takes the lead overall here. That's interesting indeed.
The touch and push play was a crucial factor for both players in that game. This is still balanced on a knife edge, even though Wang Manyu has edged in front. Still a 50-50. Early doors.
Well, let's join Adam then, who is courtside. Let's join him to get his thoughts. What have you got for us, Adam?
Well, it's interesting. There are a lot of stories about Xia and how she came to be and what makes her so mentally tough. She's come back many times in the past looking here at a coach who was crucial in her life, Yang Guangdi. This is a man who discovered her around the time she was 9 years old, was playing for the Hebei provincial team with a bunch of older girls. And he basically taught people and hired people, essentially, got people to cheer against her so that she would feel like the underdog, to know what it feels like. The irony is that the whole stadium's cheering for her, but in her head, she'll remember her childhood, and from 10 years old through 14 years old, what it feels like. And the fact that he's here in the crowd, I think, is going to bring her lots of resilience.
Wow, that is absolutely fascinating. Adam, thank you very much indeed. And wow, that's incredible psychological training.
Wow, you learn something new every day. Thank you for that, Adam. Imagine being him now, just seeing Yingsha in this stadium. Oh, wow.
Now, Wang Manyu, of course, ahead by a single game. Early days, of course, and game numbers with 7 games potentially to get through. You think, though, that Yingsha has the edge? It seems that she is the player who still has the momentum, who still has the upper hand. I don't know if I'm correct in saying that. It's just, I'm interested to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, again, it's hard not to think about that 9-1 head-to-head. And how many matches do we see where someone wins from 3-1 down? This is only 2-1 down.
Well, we saw it, didn't we, in the men's semi-final earlier between Wang Chuqin and Zhang Peng?
Correct. You just never know. We've seen players win from 3-0 down. You know?
Wang Manyu finding her stride now, looking very confident. And she wasn't at the start of this match.
You thought it was going to be another day at the office for Yingsha, didn't you?
Yeah.
Looking for, what, her 6th smash title here today? Her 5th, I should say.
Well, it would be the third smash of the year, 5th overall.
5th overall, wow.
Yeah, she took the Singapore title at the start of the year. It was disappointing, wasn't she, in the US smash?
Yeah, I don't know what was up. Maybe a bit of jet lag. We saw a lot of the Team China players struggling.
Please, thank
Back
you.
with a vengeance, though, in the Europe smash.
Yeah.
5-love.
Well, are we going to see a timeout here, Rebecca? Or is Shasha not going to bother?
Well, judging by what Adam was saying earlier, you know, obviously she backs herself, doesn't she, mentally speaking, given that training she had at an early age.
Goodness gracious me. The momentum heavily with Wang Manyu here. No stone unturned. The wind in her sails firmly.
160.
Well, finally, she gets one on the scoreboard here. But it's been one-way traffic, and this is shaping up to be a really fascinating game number 4 here. Yingsha, almost anonymous.
What a get from Wang Manyu.
What an unbelievable rally.
Beautiful. 18 world-class shots recovered time and time again. Not far away with that chop, Wang Manyu, but I think it would have been over anyway. Shasha holding down the fort.
I think they've been practicing with Lin Shidong.
And you see rallies like that away from the table. But, you know, you don't always see it in the women's game, do you? It's a game of speed. You want to take time away from your opponent. Closer to the table, normally it's easy to play off the angle. Less can kind of go wrong, margin-wise. That's why we see so many close to the table rallies. But I'd say Wang Manyu is a little bit better off the table because, due to her stature, she finds herself back there more often. Had more practice back there, probably, than Shasha. What a push, by the way.
3-8.
Not over yet.
Not by a long stretch. Well, it was an amazing get, wasn't it, to stay in that rally for Wang Manyu, but Yingsha gets it finished off straight after.
A little shoulder shrug there after that. And all too right. A flick of the highest caliber. Making life easy for the ball kid there, Shasha. Unbelievable. You know, that was a very, very tough shot to recover from, that forehand flick. To then play a forehand from back and half again. Amazing. I think that just skimmed the edge.
9-4.
Well, we've had a few of those this week. A few of them involving that player there. Oh, Yingsha deals brilliantly with the Wang Manyu serve there.
Adjusting her service position, trying to get her backhand in.
5-10.
But it's game points. And Manyu up on her tiptoes, ready to receive what will be an important serve for Yingsha here.
It's over.
11-5.
Well, that ball was not
Game to
coming
Wang.
back. 11 points to 5. A dominant fourth game from Wang Manyu, who is very much into her stride. That's been the most one-sided game we've had so far, and she leads by 3 games to 1 in this best of 7.
Well, remember, Sun Yingsha has won all 5 of their WTT finals. Are we about to see something that we've never seen from Wang Manyu?
Sun Yingsha, the defending champion, has got a lot of work to do here.
Time.
We're just listening to the noise of the crowd chanting the name of the world #1, Sun Yingsha,
This game.
who has got
Sun to
a
serve.
long road ahead of her if there is
Bravo.
to be any way back into this one. This is a must-win game for her, as indeed the remainder of the games in this match will be. Wang Manyu is a game away from winning her second smash and her first title of the year. What an amazing moment that would be.
And to do it at the last smash of the season as well would make her feel a whole lot better about this year.
Love 2.
Dispatched from the defending champion. She's had great success with this forehand flick.
Now, you gave her a 50-50 chance of winning,
Love
Sun
it
Yingsha,
too.
when she was 2-1 down. What about now that she's 3-1 down?
1-2.
You know, for some reason I'd still go with the 50-50.
Well, you have to go with history, don't you, and statistics.
This is it. And why I say that is because Sun Yingsha
3-1.
plays the occasion to perfection. She will make adaptations based on the scoreboard, knowing what pressure the opponent is likely under. She knows her opponent so well. That's crucial.
4-1.
Spending time to reflect upon your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. Being a good judge of character is really important if you want to be a champion.
And how often do we see them pair up
2-4.
in doubles as a team? So, of course, Sun Yingsha will know what the chats are like between games. She'll know what gets Wang Manyu a bit flustered. She'll know when she's down. She can use that to her advantage now in the head-to-head.
True. We saw that, didn't we, at the Europe Smash when they played the women's doubles together just before the singles
2-4.
final.
They did, yeah.
Being the first pair to defeat Miwa Haramoto and Satsuki Odo, interestingly.
History makers in so many ways.
Decent forehand flick, shallow enough and slow enough to just give Wang Manyu enough time to play it.
Well, it looked as though Sun Yingsha would race away with this one. I know, of course, it was early on in this game, rather, when she went 4-1 up. But I thought at that point, oh, she'll pull away because it's Shasha. Wang Manyu already has a trophy to her name from her time here in Beijing this week.
Thank you.
Took the women's doubles title alongside Kwai Man.
Yeah, that was an incredible women's doubles final there. Hina Hayata and Ju Chun-hee pairing up. World champions together, Wang Manyu and Kwai Man. clever.
4-7.
She's not playing into the trap that Wang Manyu trying to set with that backhand serve, playing something with more rotation, which is quite difficult to do against a float serve, a no-spin serve. Just giving Sun Yingsha a little bit more time to get to a neutral position after the receive. And it's stalling Wang Manyu, who wants that backhand rip, wants that backhand counter.
8-4.
So topsy-turvy game here. We saw Wang Manyu bounce back to level, and now a streak from Xia.
Yeah, I mean, this is the fascinating thing, isn't it, about a best of 7? Because in the normal format, the best of 5, we'd have Wang Manyu as the champion by now.
8-5.
Again, you got to consider, you know, playing to the occasion with it being a best of 7. We saw Wang Chuqin against Champang.
Wow, yeah.
Respect
He
player
looked
and
down and
remain
out, didn't he?
quiet when they are ready to serve. Thank you.
Wang Chuqin. From the off, he just wasn't himself.
Yeah, I think affected by a lot of the flashes going off. We've seen him put his captain hat on and say, look, you know, we're a whole team here, Team China. You know, something you're doing might help me, but it might not help my teammates. So we've seen some very good consideration, empathy. Stand and deliver.
6-9.
Yeah.
Big point there. Now, in the next game, if we do go to another game, I'd like to see how Wang Manyu serves. Look, she's doing the forehand serve now. What a push.
How is she going to play from that position?
Sun Yingsha just cruised, didn't she? Watch this. Lovely shot. Great parallel counter. The rest was history. 4 game points.
The first one has been and gone. 3 more to play with, though.
Play.
I mean, I can't believe that Sun Yingsha actually made that return, but brilliant winner from Wang Manyu. 2 saved.
Perfectly played. Nothing Xia could do.
I mean, it was a great effort, though, wasn't it? But really smart play from Wang Manyu. Now she has 2 serves. Oh, and into the net with Sun Yingsha, who wins a must-win game here. 11 points to 8. Well, she had her back to the wall, Sun Yingsha, and she responded brilliantly, as she so often does. She is still in this one, and the scores are now at 3 games to 2.
The tables, or the table, may have just been turned. Are we going to see a game 7? Or could Wang Manyu seal it in 6?
Well, let's check in with Adam. What have you got for us, Adam, ahead of game number 6?
Yeah, there was mention of the United States smash. That was the only grand smash that Xia didn't take this year, and I know there's been a lot of talk about Yang Guangdi. That's when he actually got back in touch. I heard he started working with her again just to make sure that there wasn't anything mentally getting in her way to make sure she's tough. Xia. After all, she has been the toughest in the world, what, 168 weeks at world number 1? This is a man who invested in her when she was incredibly young, spent his own money to travel with her when the provincial team couldn't help. I mean, that's quite a sacrifice. So that's got to be really touching and empowering for Xia. It's going to be tough starting over at 0-0, but Wang Manyu's in wonderful form, having won every game on an average of 11-7. So this gets really interesting now.
Yep, getting more and more interesting as it wears on. Thank you, Adam, for that. And what a statement in your belief in a player, to spend your own money, sacrificing you know, financial means and your time, and yeah, incredible.
Thank you.
Sometimes you just
Lavo.
need to have one person who believes in you for it to change your life. And if that isn't a reason to be a good person, I don't know what is.
Yeah, absolutely. Now Wang Manyu reverts to the reliable backhand serve and gets the first point on the board of the 6th game here.
One all.
Xiaoxiao's going to try her best here to send this to a decider. It'd be interesting to see that almighty stats, the record in deciding games.
Yeah, wouldn't it just?
And you wouldn't really be able to talk about the sample size difference either. Because these two have been neck and neck for years.
It strikes me that Yingsha really wouldn't be bothered about going to a decider. She'd probably just think, yeah, okay, no problem, I've got this.
I know what you mean.
I mean, she doesn't seem phased, does she? You know, I'm 3-1 down. 3-2 down with these must-win games ahead of her.
If only everyone could be grounded enough to fully understand that being fearful of situations was illogical, in a sense. Or thinking about the past. Which, of course, it is. You can't change it. Fear is there for a reason. It's a blessing, in a sense. Yin and yang.
2-4.
Can protect you. But thinking about the past can be helpful. Xiaoxia knows where she might have gone wrong. I mean, she had to think about the past to learn how to retrieve this Wang Manyu serve, this backhand serve. Got to see changes now from Wang Manyu. Easy when a tactic's been so successful to rest on your own laurels. But you've got to constantly reinvent yourself against someone as good as Xiaoxia.
I didn't realise it. I was holding my breath in that rally.
She was like Neo in the Matrix, dodging different bullets, holding her hand up in different ways, just refusing to lie down, changing the pace. Wang Manyu was up against a wide variety of balls. I love the play from Xiaoxia there as well.
Wow. And it's a 4-point advantage now for Wang Manyu. If she wins this game, she will become the China Smash champion. She will wrest the title away from Yingsha.
Oh, wow.
We don't often hear Wang Manyu letting out screams like that, do we?
This would mean the absolute world to the second seed to get her revenge here from last year's China Smash final, as Xiaoxia beat her to win her first WTT Series event of 2025. I think she's going to do it.
2-8.
Well, she's getting closer and closer, and she's getting louder and louder. Let's add another big scream as she moves 6 points ahead here in what is a vital, pivotal game for Yingsha to win if she is to have any chance of defending her title.
She knows the importance of closing this one out, Wang Manyu. Every single time they've gone to the decider since 2022, Yingsha has won. That's in a WTT event.
It's championship points, 8 of them in favour of Wang Manyu. This for her first title of the year. Her second Smash title is on the line here.
Bit of a strawberry push from Xiaoxia.
11-2.
Wang Manyu is the champion. She dethrones Yingsha 4-2. A new champion here in Beijing, and it is the world #2 Wang Manyu defeating the world #1, the defending champion Sun Yingsha. She came from behind, she reeled off 3 straight games, and it was a brilliant performance from Wang Manyu.
Wow, speechless here. She's done it. She kisses the pendant around her neck.
Did we expect this? Absolutely not.
Incredible. The last smash of the season, the China smash. Let's be fair, the biggest and best smash, the hardest smash to win because of all the Team China stars that can enter. And she's the winner.
And it's only the 2nd time she's ever beat Sun Yingsha at WTT level. And to take her title from her in Beijing in front of this partisan crowd.
The first time she's ever beaten Xia in a WTT final at all.